What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of reaction of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Today is episode 2, titled Cut and Run. So, yes, of course, only a few days ago we had the season premiere of the show, or the series premiere. Of course, they had the first episode premiere on May the 4th, but then they had the shows come out on Friday, so they just wanted the first episode to air on May the 4th, and the rest will air on Friday. So, yeah, so they did a similar thing to The Mandalorian. They had the first episode air alongside the launch day of Disney Plus, which was on a Tuesday, I think, if I recall. But then the show was gonna be a Friday show, so they had the rest of the show air on Friday. So yeah, episode 2, like I think 3 days afterwards. So yeah, so that's what's happening here as well. So yeah, anyways, so of course, last episode was our hour-long first episode of the premiere. Started off, of course, the Bad Batch, like right when Order 66 was happening. Of course, we learned that their chips don't work because they're they're genetically different clones. Their chips don't work like all the others. Well, except Crosshair's, his did work a little bit. It was starting to work, but later on, Tarkin and the Kaminoans did actually enhance it a bit more so it can fully work and such. We met Omega, who's a female clone and who might possibly be the last of the clones. I'm not really sure. She probably is. I don't know. And she's a little kid. She's a fan of the Bad Batch, but she's also genetically different like them, and they embrace it. And then they've now run from Kamino. They abandoned it with her and such. And Crosshair's now a bad guy. He's targeting them. And we saw some familiar faces also last episode, like of course Tarkin was there. We met young Caleb Doom and Jedi Master Depa Billaba. We saw Saw Gerrera, so a lot of good stuff, some excellent animation and great fight scenes, and D. Bradley Baker just talking with himself for a whole hour. It was great. Yeah, very solid first episode. I like what's going on so far with this show with the dynamics. I like seeing the dynamics of the Bad Batch. I think they're all great. I'm sad that Echo's not Echo. Sorry, that Crosshairs won't be he won't be with the Bad Batch to begin with, because I want to see more of his dynamic with the others. But it makes sense him being a villain because he definitely has that makes sense because also then it gives them a bit more of a personal connection to the bad guy hunting them and makes it a bit more difficult. And yeah, Omega, I wasn't really sure how I was gonna feel about this character, this new person that we're gonna add on to the group just like that. She's fun though, I like her, so it's gonna be exciting to see what else happens with her. So yeah. And then one thing I also want to mention, also a lot of people I saw a lot of backlash from last week's episode of the show regarding the change they made to the canon comic with Caleb Doom and Depa Billaba here. There's a lot of backlash towards that about why they changed it. There was no point to do it. And I understand a lot of that backlash. I understand why a lot of people are not exactly happy about it, because a lot of people are saying, why did you have to make it be Caleb? Why couldn't you just make it be any other Jedi? I do have a reasoning behind that. I feel like the reason why it was Caleb and not some other, random Jedi we've never met before, because with Caleb being that... Sorry, voice crack there. Because the Bad Batch, we only had met them once prior in the Clone Wars, with the last season of the Clone Wars, which, only in one storyline we saw them in. So, they're very new characters. And for this show, it's going to be, a new generation of fans are probably going to be introduced to the characters for this show for the first time. It's a brand new show, so, they're going to meet them here for the first time, probably. So, I think their reasoning is probably because, they want to have, they want to introduce them to new fans through Order 66, and also having, this pre-established character that everyone already knows and loves from, of course, Rebels, who he was on 4 seasons of that show, so he's had a long history already in the universe. So, I think it makes sense they want to have this, introduce them using this prior established character that everyone loves, and have them see Order 66 through his eyes to kind of really build an emotional connection for the fans. So, I understand that. That's why I feel like they probably did that. But of course, a lot of people are not happy because, why they changed the comic. Does that mean the comic's not canon anymore? I honestly don't think the comic's not canon, honestly, to be real, because, they altered the opening of the comic, yeah, it altered the whole Order 66 scene of it all, but, I mean, yeah, it's, it altered it, but it's not that big, I don't think it's that big a deal, because, yeah, when you read that comic now, you're gonna have to, squint between the lines now when reading that opening part and say, well, no, this actually happened, and they were here as well, and it happened at daytime, not nighttime, and such, but we don't see anything else past Order 66 with Caleb, so the rest of the comic can still be in canon, so I don't think there's that much of a problem here, honestly. So, because, honestly, I think the only thing, because I read that comic over a year ago. I think the thing is, the main villain of the first run, the first volume of the comic, is a major part of that first volume going forward, and such. The villain they were fighting on that planet, which is the same planet they fought on in the last episode. He's a major part going forward, and I think like when you read the comic now, you'll have to like probably squint between the lines and say, well, okay, so maybe this actually happened with that guy here, so you know. But for the most part, it's the same. Like it's not majorly different. Like yeah, you have to like look at it differently now, but still, it's mostly the same. It's not too different, so I don't think there's that much to worry about really. Because honestly, like I said, I understand why people are upset about that, but like this happened before. The Clone Wars season 7 did changes to the Ahsoka novel and Rebels, so and I was fine with that because like I'm fine with stuff like that if it serves the story. Because I was fine when they changed stuff with Rex in Clone Wars season 7, like having his chip still in his head when Order 66 happened. I was fine with that because like that serviced the story better by having an emotional connection, seeing Rex actually turn on Ahsoka. So I think it works here for the story purpose as well, because like, because again, also like the movie and TV take a bigger precedent than the book material. And I'm not saying that book material isn't good. I'm not read any of the novels. I've read a lot of the comics, and I love all the stuff I've read from the comics so far. Like Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith is my favorite of the comics so far. So if you have not read that, check it out. It's great. But like, of course, but a lot of fans like movies, and more fans are going to be watching the movies and TV shows, and even playing the video games more so than the comics. So there's a bigger precedence they see towards that stuff than the books. I mean, a lot of the book stuff is still kept in continuity through a lot of the other pieces of canon, but you know, once in a while that they will feel the need to probably just change something for story purposes. And if it's a minor thing, well, like not, or the Ahsoka thing was not minor, but still, I mean, as long as there's most of it still in canon, I think it's fine. I don't have that big of a problem with it, so I'm good with it personally for me. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that. I just wanted to share my opinion on it. So yeah. Also, throughout this reaction, if you see me like holding my arm weird or like not really moving like this arm that much, I just got my first COVID shot yesterday, so this is still sore a bit from yesterday. So yeah, so it sort of moves still a bit. So like I'm not. If you don't see me moving this that much or like see me like holding it weirdly, that's because it's still sore. So just expect that. But anyways, how long I've been recording this time around? Hopefully not as long as last time. 7 minutes. 2 minutes shorter than last intro. So that's great. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this reaction now, shall we? It's episode 2, titled Cut and Run. Let's begin. Also, of course, go check out my first reaction to episode 1 if you haven't already. I had to split in 2 parts because the first episode was over an hour long, and I did not want to try to cut that down to 10 minutes of footage in the episode. So I just split into 2 parts, so I'll leave the links to those in the description below, so go check them out. And so yeah, let's get into episode 2 now, shall we? Finally. Another thing I also wanted to mention, actually, sorry about this, one thing I wanted to also mention about this episode, what I also really liked about last episode was how, like, it started off very much like a Clone Wars episode, how, like, it began, like, with, like, the Clone Wars logo, but then it burned away to show the Bad Batch logo also, and, like, also it began very much like one of the Siege of Mandalore episodes from last season of Clone Wars, where it had just, like, you know, the red text of just the title of the episode, and then, like, you know, the narrator Tom Kane would come in and explain the episode again, and such. So I thought that was cool because, of course, this is a proper like spiritual sequel, like proper continuation, or the season 8 of the Clone Wars, if you will, I guess. So I like that, and it was a nice surprise hearing Tom Kane as narrator because several months back he actually suffered a stroke where he lost his voice, so he can't voice act anymore. So it was nice hearing his voice again. I don't know if they're gonna be if he narrates all the episodes this season. I'm not sure. I feel like they did that probably because like to be kind of like. Because we were still in the Clone Wars era last episode, but now we're not anymore. So I feel like they did that just to show, like, we're still in the Clone Wars, but we're now done. We finished it now. So, like, I feel like we might not see that for the rest of the show. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But it'd be nice to see the narrator a couple more times, because it'd be nice to hear Tom Kane still. So, yeah. I'm not sure if they're going to do that, but yeah. I did like that about last episode, how, like, it kind of started off like a Clone Wars episode, because we were still in the Clone Wars. Nice little touch. So, yeah. Let's finally get into this episode now, shall we? I've kept you guys waiting long enough.
Well, this is a first. Inspecting every corner of the ship finally tied her out.
Wow.
She's curious. I'll give her that. Hunter, she's a child. What are we gonna do with her?
Take care of her. Just do
yeah,
that.
Up on Salukama.
I guess she never has seen the sun. I don't think. Is there no sun, Kamina? There must be, but I guess it's like, I guess it's always kind of like rainy and cloudy there.
What is this?
That would be dirt.
It's amazing.
And she really knows nothing about the rest of the galaxy. Oh, now it's stormy.
Come on, let's get moving.
That she's aware of. It's always rainy and cloudy on Camino. I keep getting scared that like my camera can accidentally just shift direction on me while I'm doing my reactions. I was having difficulty with that, setting it up. Kept shifting on me while I was trying to set the syncing the reaction video.
Single tripwire. That's cute. Whoa! Easy, Wrecker.
Gee.
Was that me?
Yeah, that was you.
What do we have here? More clones who have lost their way.
Oh yeah, it is this guy.
It's been a while, fellas.
Yeah, so I heard the theory that it might be this guy. They were right. That's interesting seeing this character again.
Rex told us about the clone troopers turning against the Jedi. You talked to Rex?
Wait, Rex was there?
Ali passed through yesterday. Where'd he go? Didn't ask.
Huh.
He was going on about some behavioral implant.
He must
Yeah.
mean the inhibitor chip.
Tech. You said the regs were programmed, but you never mentioned the chip. How else did you think it worked?
Yeah, I thought that was implied.
Dad! Ew.
So wait, does that clone does he have a chip in his head? Maybe that's why Rex went to see him to help remove his chip. Go play with the kids, Omega. The grown-ups need to talk.
Battling droids was easy compared to raising a child. You have no idea what you're in for. Rex warned us of the storm that's coming. Clone troopers have already started showing up. I'm heading into town to book us a transport off-world. We can take you where you need to go. Nah, you're wanted men. It's too risky. I have to do what's best for them.
He must have a chip, though. I mean, like, he didn't say Rex had him take a chip out of his head.
We're tagging them inside that impound lot. The stall's up ahead. Let's book the shuttle before we're spotted.
Maybe his chip didn't activate
You and
because
your family go
there was no Jedi there.
I suppose find a remote piece of land on a distant planet. That's all we really need.
Go to Tatooine, no one goes there.
Bet getting off planet's gonna be harder than I thought.
This one.
just let Wrecker take. I've said so many times Wrecker instead of Hunter. Like
It's past the fence. We'll get it later. Check!
I in the last round I said Wrecker so many times when I meant Hunter. What's bad about going past the fence thing?
Omega! Got it!
Oh, these beast things.
Don't move!
All public transport is now restricted without chain codes.
Which Cut can't sign up for. He'll be arrested when they discover he's a deserter.
So Hunter take you then. I don't see the issue.
Omega, she would
It's not that big a problem. Like it's an easy solution. Let them take you. Hunter now is really looking like Rambo at this point. It just looks like how something Rambo would wear.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get the ball. I didn't know.
You're safe. That's all that matters.
Hey, kid. You alright?
She'll be fine.
She's like missing her home now. She's starting to realize that it's not as gracious a little bit as she thought it was gonna be.
Need another set of eyes
Like
out
there's
here.
danger.
When you leave Seleucami, I want to make it a go with you. You two can give us something that we can't.
Is that what you really want?
It's what she needs.
Hunter said they're tagging ships inside their impound facility. That is our way in.
You're suggesting we call the authorities and have them seize our ship?
That is exactly what I am saying.
I guess if they think it's abandoned, it just might work.
Getting our ship impounded is not my idea of a solution.
I have this under control.
There's one big problem. Omega's on the ship.
I think it's a good plan, Tick.
You guys didn't know she's in the ship the whole time? I shot him just like stuck in his head out. It looked funny. It was like a little like droid peg thing.
Scorpion, copy the data. and grab the blank discs for me to program.
Roger that.
Roger, roger.
They'll be locked in a safe compartment.
Echo's got a cool helmet design. I like it.
No chance you're getting past all them undetected.
We can't get caught with these chain codes.
We can't get caught at all. What are you talking about? Where the discs go? And where's Omega?
Oh no, what's she doing?
Found her.
This great plan of yours is looking really lousy about now. I'm the maintenance tech.
I've got a situation to face.
Ah, boy, tech. Oh no, never mind. If you stunned him a few seconds sooner, this wouldn't have happened.
No, don't do it.
Oh my god.
Sure, I got it right here. Oh, right. Must be in this hand.
Tech accidentally made 5 discs instead of 4.
You didn't tell her?
Tell me what?
You need a family, kid. They're good people. They'll give you the life you deserve.
I want to stay with you.
Quit holding up the line.
You have to go, Omega. It's for your own good.
That's not gonna stick though. She's gonna show them by the end of the episode probably.
We need to go right now.
On my way.
Ready?
Oh, is that why if it's called cut and run, she's gonna cut and run from cut and sue? So I guess they have no problem with killing the regular clones?
Responded to that.
Should've done that earlier.
Is there a problem?
You look like... I need reinforcements at the impound dock. Carry on.
Oh, that was a close one.
Rekka, she's not...
Wait for me!
Yeah, she cut and run. I forgot they have a gonk. Is that what they're called? Yeah, gonk droids on their ship. Or is that a new one? Oh my god. The poor thing.
This is where I want to be.
Tell you the truth, kid. I guess I've got a lot to learn too. If this is where you want to be, then this is where you'll stay.
Alright, that's it. Alright, that was episode 2 of The Bad Batch. I'd say, you know, I think, like, it's hard to top the last episode. It was like over an hour long, which had a lot it could do. This was still, for what it was still good. I like what it was. So, yeah, I thought, yeah, see, I knew it was her. I knew, like, that one little, she's some other girl character, but I knew that, what was it? Shoot, what was I supposed to say? I knew that one, like, little alien creature. I don't know what the heck the name of that species was. But I knew that was, like, Asajj Ventress' voice actress, Nika Futterman. Yeah. I for sure thought, one of those voice actors was Tara Strong, honestly. It sounded like one of them was for the kid, but I guess I was wrong. But yeah, like, it's not, like, I don't think, it was going to be hard to top the last episode. It was over an hour long, so they had a lot they could do. This was still good for what it was, though. I liked it. They didn't really explain the whole, like, I mean, there were theories that, not even theory, people were kind of speculated that that clone trooper who abandoned the Republic earlier on during the war, at some point years ago. We saw him, like, back during season 2, yeah, I think it was, like, season 2 when we saw him. And, yeah, people kind of just figured out that it was him, because they recognized the location they were going to. It was like, oh, that's the same place that clone went to. But they didn't explain how, like, what is his chip situation. Because they said Rex was there and he warned about what was happening. But I assume Rex must have been there also to try and, like, help his chip thing. Because nothing was really talked about. Like, they didn't really say anything about whether or not, like, did he I mean, he definitely couldn't have. There was no Jedi there. But, like, what happened to him when they executed the order? Like, I mean, I guess maybe because, like, I don't know. Because, like, maybe because, like, I guess because he's not part of the Republic. he was part of the clone army. He didn't get the transmission from Palpatine. But then again, also Crosshairs, he didn't get he didn't get the actual order told to him, I guess. Well, no. Well, no. I guess not. I guess because Tech, when he was telling them about the comm channels were repeating the same thing, execute Order 66, maybe that activated Crosshair's chip. Possibly. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. But it's weird, because he doesn't even, he's still acting like his normal self. He's not acting like one of those, you know, like the brainwashed clone troopers going like, good soldiers follow orders. So, I doubt we're going to see him again. I don't think it's possible we will, but like, yeah, I don't know why they didn't really explain it that much. That's interesting, so, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, and Rex, they mentioned Rex, so like, we're going to see, we know he's in the show, we're going to see him at some point. In the trailers, they were with Rex on a planet that looked like a planet that had just a bunch of abandoned and destroyed, like, Republic cruisers, which I think, I have a theory that might be the same planet that Cal Kestis from Fallen Order might be on. So it's possible. Like, that could be what that is, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting now. So it's cool seeing, like Hunter starting trying to learn that he has to be a bit more, like, a father figure, I guess, to Omega, and also be that, also be a soldier, because you can't treat her like a soldier, because she's not a soldier. So that's interesting. What was I about to say also? Shoot. Yeah, I like seeing more of the dynamics with the clones, like Echo with Tech was fun, seeing Wrecker, more funny bits of him, and such. It was overall cool seeing, like, Cut and Sue again, just, like, wish they explained more about the chip thing with him. It's interesting seeing, like, these early days of the Empire already showing what they're doing, like you need like clearance codes now to transport anywhere and such. So yeah, this was overall it was a good episode. It was a fine episode. Like I said, not as good as the last one. I don't really have much I need to say on it. So yeah, I'm not really sure where next episode's gonna go, because now we have like it's hard to say because they can go anywhere, because like they can meet anyone. It's really hard to say what's going to happen next. So I don't know how long it'll be until they meet Rex. Like I can't, because if Rex is already, it's already been like at least a few days since the end of Clone Wars. So I'm not sure if they didn't mention Ahsoka at all or any Jedi. So he's separated from Ahsoka now. So we still could see her. I don't know. It's possible, but I don't know. So it's clear that Rex is probably already going around the galaxy trying to find clones and, like, tell them about their chips, so... Which could lead to him possibly, that could lead to him then finding maybe, like, Wolf and Gregor, and he might run into Cody. I mean, it's all possibilities. We don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah. And, of course, there was no narration leaving the episode. They just had the Bad Batch logo, the name of the episode, and no narrator. So, yeah, so it was just for that first episode to show how, like, we're still in the episode starts in the Clone Wars still, but now we're, like, fully done with the Clone Wars, so yeah. I mean, unless they wanted to tell like some little comic stories or something else during the Clone Wars, because I feel like they might. Like, I'd be down to see like a Battlefront 3 set during the Clone Wars, because I'm not sure. Like, why not tell a Battlefront? Because I feel like at some point we're going to get a Battlefront 3. Oh man, my English. I feel like we should get a Battlefront 3 if we were. It'd be cool to have it be set in a Clone Wars, to have the campaign be a Clone Wars story, so that's what I'm saying. So, yeah. But yeah, overall, this was a good episode. Like I said, not as good as... No, it's still good, but like, the first one was a better episode. This was a more calm, simple episode. Oh yeah, I was kind of shocked that the Bad Batch are quite okay with killing the clone trooper, because like, they're not using Stun Blast, which was weird. When they first escaped the prison, they were using Stun Blast, but now they're not, so like... I thought they would not want to try to kill them, because, like, I mean, they're not... I mean, they don't get along with the regular clones, or regs, but they're still their brothers, technically. I don't think they would want to kill the clones and such, but, like... I mean, maybe they're not killing them, but, like, some of those shots look like they definitely got killed in, so I don't know. So, yeah, it's interesting. Overall, it's a good episode. So now we gotta wait till next week's or next episode, which sucks. I want more now. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Tell me in the comment section down below what did you think of episode 2 of The Bad Batch. And I'll see you guys all later next week for episode 3 of the show. So yeah, see you guys all later. Goodbye. Hey, if you like that video, guess what? YouTube put out a video just for you on the left. Or, if you want to take my advice, watch the most recent video on the right. Thanks for watching.